just about nothing excites me and relaxes me as much as CBD. Ever since we, I don't say discovered it, but my good buddy said, hello, you got to check this out. And, of course, Ty Bollinger, I included a lot of information on CBD, of course, all forms of cannabis, too, in Unlock the Power to Heal. But it's been a godsend, the support of the endocannabinoid system by cannabinoids. CBD, of course, from hemp now is legal in all 50 states here in the United States. And, you know, we've been talking about accessing it. Now, my wife has been utilizing it. I've been utilizing it. Even sometimes my kids will use it appropriately. And, again, the CBD is not the psychoactive. It doesn't get you high. Just to be sure, if you're new to the show and you're not sure what I'm talking about, cannabidiol. Now, recently, the Doc of Detox, that is Dr. Darrell Wolf, our good buddy who does Detoxa Fridays with us, connected me with this nice man, Matthew Hay from NeoCanna. And he evidently connected with a guy from CBDbiotech.com. There's some kind of breakthrough in delivery, a 24-hour delivery system where you can take a tablet and it will slow release over 24 hours, consistent. And we were trying it, and you didn't really notice much at first until my wife ran out of it because she was on it every day along with the CBD that she does normally. And when she came off of it, suddenly she knew that the baseline of her pain was going up and the anxiety associated with it. So it was kind of a reverse experiment because she's always been on CBD for the last few years, so she didn't notice a lot. But when she came off of it, then we noticed, oh, my gosh, there's something to this sustained release. Now, I want to tell you another story of a young lady who's, let's just say she's early on just starting her menstrual cycle but has a lot of pain. And, you know, this is all too common in the modern world, unfortunately. She tried one of these things, went to sleep for 10 minutes. It knocked her out for 10 minutes. And then woke up smiling, whistling, happy. Another 24 hours, no cramps whatsoever. So I thought, oh, my gosh, for women out there dealing with menstrual issues, menstrual cramping, I know that these companies cannot tell you that it's for a disease or an ailment or a pain, but the reality is what it's doing, I can tell you because I don't sell any of it. To get through to this breakthrough, understand it more, Matthew Hay joins us now from NeoCanna. Thanks to the Doc of Detox. Matthew, welcome to the Robert Scott Bell Show.
Thank you very much, Robert. It's a great pleasure and an honor to be here.
Yeah, and, you know, I'm an experiential kind of guy. Until I had those experiences to relate to my audience, I was going to go, I'll check it out. And I did. And I reached out to you. I said, you know what? This is worthwhile. This really is a breakthrough, and I want people to know about it.
Well, thank you very much. It's something that we've put a lot of effort and blood, sweat, and tears into, and we really believed it was going to do some pretty incredible things in this space based on, you know, what our product is and how we deliver it, which we can get into. Mm-hmm. But so far, it's exceeded our expectations. So that's just a really wonderful place to be when you can really be helping the people we set out to help.
Okay, out, and you say oot. So oot and a boot. You must be a Canadian.
I am a Canadian, yes.
we love our neighbors from the north. We do. And I don't know, did they allow a CBD in Canada?
CBD is Schedule 2, so it requires a prescription and a drug number, which we are in process of applying towards. But because of what you had said earlier, CBD from industrial hemp is legal in all 50 states. Obviously, that was our prime launch market. Excellent. So it's just now reaching the market. So tell me, what is this technology? Again, I kind of described the experience of in a kind of an immediate release of some of the ingredient, and then throughout the next 24 hours, a sustained release that really did remarkable things. Yeah. So, I mean, the idea came to me because a business partner of mine has this technology, this 24-hour release technology, and he's got that incorporated into a line of supplements. I mean, we've all taken a multivitamin before, and we've gone to the restroom 3 hours later, and we see the change in our urine. So we know we're excreting those ingredients. And it's always been a battle between dosing and delivery duration, meaning you want to get as much nutrient in that tablet as possible so that it lasts as long in the body, but you are excreting it very, very quickly. So one day I was looking at an epilepsy story with a child who, once exposed to CBD oil, I'm sure you've all seen these stories, seizures stopped. And I was absolutely astounded by that revelation. And that really began the investigation into cannabinoids, cannabis medicine, and CBD in particular. So I thought, wouldn't it be great to have a standardized dose and a standardized delivery, which I knew of at the time, so that mother or father didn't have to carry a dropper around of unknown percentages each time and constantly be dosing their child, what happens if they missed it by half hour in the middle of the night and the child wakes up with a seizure and, the pain and the horror come back in? So that's really where this came from. So what we've done is we've taken a water-soluble CBD powder from industrial hemp. It is 99.9% pure, pharma-certified, patent-pending 4-stage CO2 extraction process, et cetera, et cetera. We believe it's the purest and the best CBD on the marketplace. And that was our starting point. And the reason we needed water-soluble CBD is because, as you know, once you, say, take a pill, it takes about 8 hours for that pill to go through the stomach and the small intestine, where absorption of fat-based or fat-soluble nutrients takes place. But then it enters the large intestine, and it spends 2/3 of its passage in the large intestine, where almost no absorption of fat-soluble nutrients takes place. So we knew if we needed to deliver for 24 hours, it had to be a water-soluble CBD, which has great absorption in the large intestine. So we take this very, very, very pure form of CBD, water-soluble, and we combine it with our Linex technology, which is a 24-hour delivery technology, and it drips into the bloodstream as this tablet passes through your body, typically in the course of 24 hours, constantly releasing our CBD into the bloodstream, making it available to your endocannabinoid system all day, all night, with the convenience of a single daily dose. Now, what you had mentioned about a little bit of a release instantly and then consistent release,
yes,
we took it a little bit further and created a bilayer tablet. So 20% of the CBD in our tablet has standard instant release technology, and 80% uses our Linex 24-hour release technology. And we press the two halves of this tablet back together. So now when you take it, that 20% of the CBD is unloaded right away, and it gives you a little shot or a little bit of a saturation of the endocannabinoids.
Oh, yeah, and I witnessed it in that girl who had the pain, and she just went right out, relaxed, and then woke up 10 minutes later, and the pain was gone. I mean, it was just an incredible thing to witness. And it stayed away.
You. Yes, and that really was the point. Sometimes you need a little bit of a shot, a little bit of a stimulus to kind of get that endocannabinoid system functioning optimally, get those receptors saturated. But then you must continually release that CBD, keeping it in the bloodstream and ready for uptake for the rest of the day and night. And that's the 80% portion of our tablet, which drips that CBD out into the bloodstream, always making it available.
Right. And, this doesn't preclude those that need, higher quantities because, as I said, my wife has been using a lot higher concentrations and found that this at the baseline was constantly delivering it. So she's utilizing both. And I know some people might only need that, like I talked about that young girl and her situation. But, I find it very, very unique the way you're delivering it and consistently. And, of course, one of the things we all acknowledge and admit is that there is no definitive standardized way to use CBD yet. We're all learning as we go. But this is a way that you could say, okay, I've got a 5 milligram tablet. And, of course, people say that's not a lot, but I've seen a lot of cases you don't need much more.
Well, and I've got testimonial that says, individuals used to taking 20, 25 milligrams of oil a day to cure a certain pain condition they have. 5 milligrams is doing the same job or better as 25. But it makes kind of intuitive sense. If you take a dropper full of CBD oil or anything, you're going to get, a large presence of it on board, a big spike of it. Probably can't even process all of it in the initial hours or so, and then you begin excreting it. So how much of it are you really absorbing? So we had assumed that, our product would perform that way, i.e. require less milligrams to accomplish the same goal. But it's really coming back and showing us that now, which is really, really the great news.
Fantastic. Again, not available in Canada yet, but good news for our friends in the United States. It is. And I guess the next question is people are going to ask if they want to try this, how do they go about getting a hold of some?
Our website. So, we're starting to move through retail locations throughout the United States, but our website is certainly the fastest and easiest way to deal with this. So our website is www.neocanna, NeoCanna.com.
NeoCanna.com.
And we'll be Yeah, and because of your graciousness to have us on the show here, we'll be putting a little promotional bar in our checkout. And if your listeners put in or type in your last name, Bell, B-E-L-L, they'll receive a $10 discount. And we'll keep that window open for your listeners for about a week or so.
$10 off.
Just a thank you, yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Well, like I said, a lot of folks will download this and listen to the whole show a week later. So, yeah, definitely hold it open for a week if people want to take advantage of that. As I said, there's so much we're learning about CBD. This is an innovation that I hadn't heard about, thanks to the Doc of Detox for connecting us. And, if you're drawn to this, and if you have an experience like, I just shared with you, give it a go. I mean, we have a long way to go. This is, we're neophytes in bringing this back out in our system because for the last 50, 60, 70 years, we've been told to fear it. And, of course, that's really done a great disservice to us all.
Absolutely. Also, a real big thank you to the Doc of Detox for this next little point. Mm-hmm. He and I were chatting one day, and he says, I love the concept of microdosing the endocannabinoid system, keeping it constantly on board, and what that does to upregulate the endocannabinoid system, the health benefits, etc. I'm sold. I love it. He said, but you're missing the biggest point here, Matthew. I said, oh, really? What's that? He goes, CBD is an anti-inflammatory, I said, yes, of course. It's one of the best anti-inflammatories out there. He said, most people will tell you that every diseased state in the human body is really the result or has its roots in inflammation. He said, what you've got here is an anti-inflammatory from a natural plant source that is fighting inflammation in the human body 24 hours a day. So for him, that was even bigger than stimulating the endocannabinoid system.
Beautiful.
And it really opened my eyes to that possibility as well.
We love the Doc of Detox. He has insights, doesn't he? Yeah, yes, and he's going to join us in Dallas for the Truth About Cancer Ultimate Live Symposium, and we'll be talking about this and a whole lot more. And Matthew, hey, really thanks for bringing this out and sharing the good news in this breakthrough on 24-hour delivery. Go to NeoCanna, NeoCanna.com. And Matthew says if you enter the code BELL at checkout, you'll get $10 off. So give it a try. Let us know how you do. And Matthew, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a wonderful day.